What's up, everybody? Carl Schmidt over at Go Collision. Just finished up a great day. We're not overly busy. We're not slow. That was kind of one of the good days where we've got work for everybody. And try not to overbook. It's hard. So we're in the collision industry. A couple of you have watched our videos. We're fairly new to the video industry. YouTubing and also Facebook videos. But we're trying to educate our customers and those in the industry maybe a little bit also. Our shop, we're here in Salt Lake City, and I'm sorry for the low light on this. I'm see if we can get you something a little better. I think I just made it worse. Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. I'm driving into the sun in the afternoon. I'm done with work right now. It's 6:41 p.m. On a Monday. Just driving home. A couple things I wanted to touch base with. My techs want to do a good job on your repair following vehicle manufacturer repair specifications. These are specifications which the vehicle manufacturer said, we want you to follow this so that we can have an outcome that is calculated. Okay, let's get that in your brain. The vehicle manufacturer, the engineer of your car, which we all know your car is engineered to some crazy standards. Airbag timing and deployment, it's huge. I don't want to underestimate it. I don't want to overthink it. I don't want to underthink it for sure, but it's important. So my techs want to follow what the vehicle manufacturer has said how to do a repair. What does this entail? Your vehicle manufacturer wants the computer system scanned to make sure that airbags are not being. I like to think of it as think of a revolver pistol. The airbag systems can cock, and they get in like an armed scenario or an armed sequence where in a millisecond of timing, and I don't know the exact numbers. I'm not an engineer. I repair cars. The airbag system has to choose whether or not it's going to deploy in a crash scenario, and that has to happen within a repeatable or repeatability, repeatable scenario. It has to be able to happen over and over again. And I'm sorry about the light, you guys. I really just driving. The sun's still up. So, vehicle manufacturers specify how we're supposed to repair cars, whether it's replacing a bumper because there is a lane departure warning system behind the bumper, and your bumper gets damaged in an area that may compromise that system from working. The manufacturer says you need to replace a bumper. Just like they specify how to glue on a roof. Those that don't know about the Seabakken versus John Eagle collisions lawsuit that happened in Texas in 2017. It closed in 2017 in October, I want to say. It was a lawsuit that had a lot of different, had some pretty cool stuff. One of them was the repair process. Ultimately, the judge and the jury decided, and this is the Supreme Court in Texas, that the insurance has no place in the repair process other than a paying party. They are not repair professionals and should not act like such, and they don't incur the liability of such. And so really it's the body shop that has to be the one that's in charge of repairs. If the body shop wants to do something stupid in your repair, that's on the body shop. not on the insurance. It's called insurance fraud if they bill for other stuff that they didn't do. That could be considered fraud. But the insurance company is a paying party, nothing more, and they need to be treated as such. I always tell customers, verify that you have coverage. Once you verify that you have the coverage for a vehicle repair, get your vehicle in, let's do a complete disassembly. One of the things we do, we like to follow the OEM guides like we talked about, aftermarket parts. If the vehicle manufacturer specifies for repeatability, think of airbag timing and deployment as a system, vehicle manufacturer says we only want you to use a certain part. Do not use an aftermarket part. It must be or is recommended. Hey, I'll tell you what, my thoughts on that, I could be way off, but if I went up to Roush Racing, I drive a Ford, if I went to Roush Racing and I said, hey, I've got an engine of yours, and you told me to torque the bolts on the head to 48 pounds per square inch. I don't know the number. I'm just throwing out a number here. And they said 48, and I said, you know what? I'm not going to pay attention to that. Even though you recommended it, I'm going to do 60, or I'm going to do 32. What is the problem with doing that? And am I going to have a repeat functionality of that part or group of parts because of the change I made? When you go to build a motor and they specify that you're to torque these bolts down, you do what they recommend. Otherwise, the vehicle may not drive properly. It may not be proper. You may have that repeatability problem. So we have a hard time deviating from the vehicle manufacturer when they specify how to do a repair, what kind of weld to do, where to put a weld, how many welds to put in the vehicle. John Eagle Collision, they did not put enough welds in the roof, and it collapsed improperly. I don't want to pick on them. That's just one occasion. I'm not going to say they're the worst offender, because they're definitely not by any means. So they got caught doing one the wrong way, following what the insurance wants them to do. Insurance will always choose to use the cheapest part. That's what they do. You as a consumer are the only one that can authorize repairs. So if they want the cheapest garbage and you want a quality job, just realize those two don't mesh together. Not usually and not always. We were on a phone conversation the other day with a aftermarket provider, national company, and in talking to them, they were complaining that my return rate is too high. They don't want to sell me parts. Well, they make parts that are not truly of like quality and kind to the original manufacturer. Sometimes they look the same, very similar, I should say. When you put them side by side, you weigh them, you put them side by side, look at the differences. They are not the exact same as an OEM part. OEM meaning original equipment manufacturer. There are differences. We don't allow these differences in our repairs. We don't want them because we don't know the repeatability on these to what the vehicle manufacturer has in theirs. We don't want them. They're special order for us. They're not a part that we want you to have to use. Why would we want to put garbage on your vehicle? Yes, we do make a higher profit margin on them. I will tell you, we do make a higher profit margin on them. And that is for a reason. That's why a lot of shops will use these parts. They're not good parts. At least not in my eyes. I have such a high return rate. They do not match. I can't state how wrong it is for a customer to truly believe that insurance is going to be in your best interest in the repair process. They want what's cheapest. Look in your policy. They'll say like kind quality parts. That means parts that are not the same as the vehicle came with. They want used parts. Used parts are crazy. Biohazard used parts, and you don't even know about it. Parts that have been in a flood, but you don't know about it. They want me to use them on your vehicle? Nah, why would I want to do that? I can't prove it. I can't prove the parts were in a flood most of the time, and I shouldn't have to be looking for these parts to prove that they've been in a flood. I shouldn't have to do research on those parts because they're just parts that we would call up, we'd order them, I'd put them on my credit card because it's a special order part. Once again, we'd get them, find out they've got dents, dings, rust, corrosion inside, and the insurance wants to use them. If I didn't complain, they would want to use them. So get this straight. Watch out. My shop does not write estimates based upon what the insurance writes. I did at one point because I didn't know better. I've always had a problem with it. It's always irked me, but it's not what you know, it's what you can prove. I've learned how to prove it. They're not the same. We stand up for you. I want you to know that. Bring your vehicle to Go Collision. We're just in process changing our business name to Go Auto Body and Automotive Repair. We're expanding, doing automotive repair also. And so we want to grow for you, more services one place. Also, vehicle graphics, lettering, vehicle wraps. We do that stuff because our sister company is Schmidt Signs. Want to put a plug out for them. Salt Lake City, Utah. We're the best. That's why we're rated the best every which way. Appreciate it, guys. Have a good day.